This is Deputy Ryan Stiff from the Marion County Sheriff's Office, Marion County, Florida, coming down the road to turn around and harass us. All basically for a warrant check. Had nothing to do with why we were lawfully there. So continue asking for a name and ask for ID. He won't let me dispel his suspicions of any kind. I explained to him we were taking boxes from another house we were building because the dumpster was filled, and I brought him over here to put him in this dumpster. He turns on his audio right about here, but in a little bit he will turning off during the interaction for about 20 minutes.
What's going on? You guys building a house or what?
Yeah, I work for Carson building.
For who?
Carson.
Okay.
This stuff here is from a house that's on the other side of the highway.
Okay.
But the dumpster's so high, and we're waiting for it to get dumped. So I brought these over here. I can either here or the one down there.
Is it they're the same company that's doing it?
Carson, yeah.
Okay.
Now he's going to ask for ID. I said, okay, let me go get my phone first. I wanted to show him the phone number of my boss and call my boss so he can speak to my boss.
I mean, if you want to, you can call.
Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah. Let me get my phone real quick.
It takes me time to get my phone, try to pull the number up because I was going to show him the phone number with a sign of the builder's name and phone number, which we usually have on each property. This time we didn't have one on there, but he could easily pull up the phone number on the internet and it would show the building company from the same number I have on my phone. This was more or less of getting my name to do a warrant check than it was to verify to see if I was really supposed to be there. During working hours, during the pandemic, June 1st, on a Monday, between 4 and 5 p.m., when everybody was losing their jobs, I was trying to keep my job.
I was looking for one of his signs here, but he don't have one. Here's his number right there. And I'm going to call him right now.
Hold on, let me just get your ID real quick.
Here I am. I'm going to show him my ID. He can clearly see it through the plastic. It's a small little ID wallet with two clear plastic. One with the ID and the other with the Social Security number card in it. He can clearly read it. But the power trip of him, he wanted to take my ID out, give it to him so he can go run it back in the car, run a warrant check for it. That was his whole goal.
Quick. You take it out for me?
But could I ask why I didn't show my ID?
Because it's a construction site.
And
so
I'm about to prove that to you.
Okay.
I work here.
I understand that.
I don't think I'd rather not show my ID if I don't have to. I mean, I know sometimes I have a right not to.
Okay, but listen, how can I confirm by talking to somebody through the phone that they're giving you permission?
Because he could clearly pull the phone number up and see it's the same number for the builder on the internet. He can also go to that permit box, which I told him to in a little while, to get the permit or any kind of inspection notices that are in there. Always has his phone number on him.
Over this construction site. It's a felony to be trespassing on construction site, so.
Now he's bringing up a felony of construction site. The statute specifically states for trespass on a construction site that a law enforcement officer has to have a written authorization from the owner
I just want to make sure.
I wonder why you get a bad rap. Harassing people. Trying to just do their job.
Yeah, because I'm not going to go through this anymore.
So I will go the route of confirming that you're able to be here, but I need to take a look at your driver's license.
I don't rather not show anything.
6193, signal 55 routine. Said you're on a construction.
I now feel that I was being harassed. He's threatening me with a felony of being on a construction site. Now I feel I need to stand up for my rights. The Fourth Amendment states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. This deputy swore under oath that he would support, protect, and defend the Constitution and the government of the United States.
Construction site is posted with a sign right there, and I'm unable to verify that you're allowed to be here, so I'm investigating a crime. So if you refuse to provide,
Supervisor, please.
no, you can either provide me with a.
He denies me now to get a supervisor. He continuously denied me a supervisor. I try to dispel his suspicion, but he doesn't want to go with any of what I give him or what I say to him. We were being detained unlawfully, and we were not free to do anything, to finish work, or to go anywhere, or anything. The Florida Statute 810.09 outlines trespass on a construction site. It also states the following. As used in this section, the term authorized person or persons authorized means any owner, his or her agent, or a community association authorized as an agent for the owner, or any law enforcement officer whose department has received a written authorization from the owner. Marion County Sheriff's Department never received a written authorization from my boss, the builder, the owner.
An ID, or we can go the route of,
Being arrested?
That's right.
Really?
You're on a construction
I
site.
am the assistant to the builder.
Okay, but if I don't know who you are, how can I confirm that you're allowed to be here?
Would you say that to the builder too?
This is when I started getting mad, because when he threatened to arrest. I asked him if there was any hours we were breaking. He'll ask for a documentation. And watch how fast my fiance Jamie turns around and gets it out of the van, off my clipboard, and brings it to him. He asks, where's the address? I show him the address on there. He still doesn't accept it. You will hear him again say about the documentation he just asked for. What, a piece of paper?
Look, if I'm...
Is there hours? Is there anything?
Do you have documentation that you're supposed to be on this property?
Why are you harassing me right now?
Harassing you?
I think
Again,
you are.
it's a construction
I'm doing my
site.
job.
Let me ask you a question. If that was your material inside that building right there, and there were
Let me ask
people...
you a question. If I was up there...
They're all Carson.
Yeah. There you go. You want to see that?
Where's the
there
address?
There you go, buddy.
They're right there.
Yeah, they're right there. You want this address? Here, hold up. No, I'm going to give them that. I want to see your supervisor, though. Yes, sir.
I want to see your driver's license.
I want to see your supervisor.
See, he continuously keeps asking for an ID. He wants the name. He doesn't want to hear any other explanation of dispelling his suspicions. He could take that phone number, he could pull it up on the internet, he could take that document, see the addresses of all the houses we were doing in that county. He can go to that permit box, which you will see he will walk to that permit box, but never go inside it. When he asked about the phone number, and I told him inside the permit box, he walked over to there, but he never looked inside it. You'll see that on his body cam. I will have to switch body cams to another officer that came up because he turned his body cam off, the audio part of it, throughout the rest of the interaction, which clearly shows obstruction of any transparency. He gets on the phone. Nobody knows what was said on the phone, who he was talking to. That shouldn't be allowed. He should not be allowed to turn off the audio during an interaction like this. The only person should be allowed to redact any information or any recording of audio from a body cam is the technician in charge of the body cam department.
I'm going to give you the address. We'll see the address? Take a look at it. What street is this? There is the address right here.
Okay.
Okay? You take that with you. There you go. I'm the assistant to this gentleman.
All right.
If I was on that roof putting a damn shingle on, would you bother me then?
If you're putting
things on? Would you bother me then?
All right, so do you want to give me your name or not?
I would rather see your supervisor first.
Okay, that's not going to happen.
Again, he denied me again, the supervisor, without even trying to get one. Now he'll threaten to arrest me when I ask that I want an attorney. When I want a lawyer, when I say those words, he will threaten to arrest me.
Really?
That's right.
I hope your body cap's on, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So what's your name?
I'd like to see you supervisor, sir.
What company do you work for?
Carson.
Carson what?
Building.
Carson Building?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
He can easily pull up on the internet, Carson Building, and he will see the phone number. Same phone number I have on my phone. He can clearly call and ask him whether we're supposed to be on there. You don't need my name. He can describe the vehicle. He can describe me. He can have me actually speak to my supervisor on speaker. And my boss would verify me right there. It's all about getting a name for a warrant check.
That's the address of this house right here.
Okay.
And several houses we're doing, including the one down there.
Okay.
Okay? I still want to see a supervisor. And I am going to see him. I hate to tell you. I know what I'm talking about.
Here's where he'll threaten me with arrest when I say I want an attorney.
What's your name?
I'd rather see the supervisor. I'd rather not tell you anything. I'd rather not speak to a police officer. I'd like to have an attorney.
Okay, so you understand that not providing your ID, that's correct. I do not want to do that. If I can easily go about confronting
you're easily doing it
a
right
piece
there.
of paper?
Again.
Did he not just ask for a document with the address on it? And then he says, a piece of paper? Now, it doesn't matter whether I'm inside doing work or I'm outside doing work. I'm doing my job. He has no right coming up on construction sites during business hours and asking people for IDs. Especially since the statute specifically states he has to have a written authorization to do so.
If I'm on top of that roof.
You're not on top of the roof.
It doesn't matter.
So when I pull up, I can't tell if you're taking things out.
They're doing a job on that roof. Or I'm doing this job right here. That's my job.
Now he calls for backup.
61.3, you have that unit step up?
Lacey's.
This is now taking one person off the street from finding real criminal acts, and now he's going to have two more show up when they could be doing real police work.
Supervisor.
400, step it up.
I'm doing my job. I do it every day for all these houses.
1033.
Now one deputy shows up. I ask him if he's a supervisor. I ask him a request that I want to see a supervisor. This gentleman also sworn to protect and uphold the Constitution. My freedom is being violated right now.
You can clear station for me.
This deputy that shows up here there'll be another deputy coming, is Sagata, Deputy Sagata. He restricts our movement, even before we were told we were legally being detained. I will have to switch over to his body cam to complete this in a minute, because Deputy Stiff turns off his audio.
So how am I going to confirm that you're allowed to be here if you don't want to
I request for a supervisor with this deputy. He denies me also.
provide me with
Sir,
any
are you
name?
supervisor? I'd like to see the supervisor. He's harassing me.
I'm conducting a criminal investigation. I'm trying to go
There's no
about.
activity going.
All right.
It doesn't matter whether I'm up on that roof putting a shingle on, or I'm in there putting a stud on. I'm doing my job, which is doing the cleaning up.
Which I'm trying to
Another
confirm.
job, I just provided him that if I was going to call my boss, he wouldn't let me do that. There's the list right there. What I do. Of all
All right. You and I are the ones talking about this, so I've already explained to you what I'm here for. So if you want to provide me with the contact that is over this construction site, and I can verify that you're supposed to be here.
I was trying to provide him with the contact. He refused to hear it. I did try to provide him with my ID. He refused to look at it. Again, it was all a fishing for a warrant situation.
Then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. But again, if you had all your materials in this building and I was driving by and I ignored somebody going on the property, and then the next day some of your stuff goes missing, would you not be upset?
You drive by during business hours and just randomly stop and ask anybody at a construction site for ID, claiming to verify if you're supposed to be there. He lied in his report, stating that he saw us digging in the dumpster, which he did not do, because we were breaking down the boxes and throwing them in there. He also lied in his report that I refused to show my ID, which I did try to show it to him.
If you're driving by, and I'm up on that roof,
9.
would you stop?
Lucas, run 4.
If I'm putting a stud in, or a wrap on, would you stop?
You were at the dumpster, sir, with your trunk open.
Look at what's on the garbage boxes.
Yeah, that's all the supplies from another house. You see
Okay.
them?
And again, these are all part. Look,
No, don't do that.
these are all parts of my investigation. I want to make sure that you're supposed to be here. But you're giving me a hard time. That makes me even more.
No. You gave me a hard time. You went around.
That's right. I was doing something else, which is none of your business. That's
So
not.
it's none of your business.
Oh, actually, it is. Again, it is a criminal act to be on.
Here comes another deputy. Now, this is during the pandemic when everybody's trying to keep their jobs, and everybody's got problems with police all around this nation during this time on June 1st, 2020. He's escalating this where it could turn in a bad situation when I'm trying to stand up for my rights.
I'm not doing
Construction
it,
site. You're on a construction site. You're not providing me with to be on
I'm not
a
doing
construction
it,
site. You're on a construction site. You're not providing me with identification.
You're saying I'm not allowed to be on this site.
No, I'm trying to determine if you're allowed to be on that site. How is that difficult to
Why would you
understand?
verify me, but you wouldn't verify a roofer or a bricklayer?
I didn't say that. I did
But
not say that.
if he doesn't work for this company,
Look how Deputy Scott puts his head down, saying, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
why do we have that paper that he had
Yeah,
with this
every
address?
house in there we're building in
You
this
go around the block.
county is right there. I have a dumpster over there on the other side of the highway that's full. I came and
Sir,
brought these over
we
here
could already
and put
been
them in
done
this
and gone on our way
I
if you
don't
would
think there's
provide me with that
anything wrong with
information.
He doesn't have to give you his license.
I don't have to do
Actually,
nothing.
you do.
actually,
I'm
don't
starting to
you
get
watch
really mad,
YouTube?
man. You're irritating me.
Well,
And with the situation
we could have already
going on
been
with
gone
the
and you've been
police
on your
right
way.
now, I don't like it.
Listen, you could have already been on your way.
Who? Carson?
Okay, my boss just called me back. Now I'm going to speak to my boss. I'm going to try to give the phone to Deputy Stiff, which Sagata tells me not to move. I try to give the phone to Deputy Sagata. He says he can hear everything. Ryan Stiff, the deputy that first showed up, turns his body cam off right around this time to speak on a phone, which he should not be allowed to do because there's no transparency then. They shouldn't be allowed to get on the phone in the first place. Not only that, he should not be allowed to turn off his audio. The only person who should be allowed to redact any kind of information like that would be the technician in charge of the body cam department.
Stay 10-12.
Yeah, I got a problem here. I'm surrounded by cops right now. They're telling me I'm not allowed to be on this property. I'm taking all the boxes over at Chris's house where the electric's going in at. Remember I told you that the dumpster's full?
Rachel and Golf was on there.
One dumpster I thought was coming up before the rain.
Now, mind you, he will not turn his audio back on until he's about to say the words, "You're free to go." When he does that, you'll see his hand on the camera. While I'm still talking to him at the end of this whole encounter, he waits until he says, "Okay, well, you're free to go." It's like nothing happened. But he wouldn't put the audio on during the whole time, except for that time. There I am trying to give the phone to the deputy. Deputy says, "I can hear it." Here I am. I'm trying to come over here to give the phone to Deputy Stiff. But Sagata tells me, "No, come back." So I'm already being held. I'm not free to go. I'm not free to do anything. Even before I'm told that I'm legally being detained because Deputy Stiff's supervisor, Aaron Levy, tells him that he can detain me. Trying to give the phone to him, Deputy Sagata tells me no. I hang up the phone with my boss, tell him I see him in the morning. This is where I'll switch the body cam now to Sagata. You will now see the body cam from Deputy Sagata.
He's harassing me. I'm doing my job.
I'm conducting a criminal.
It's going to replay a little bit, back it up to where you can hear clear of what I was saying to him and what Deputy Sagata said as well.
Investigation.
There's no
there's
criminal
nothing
activity
criminal.
going.
We work for Carson.
It doesn't matter whether I'm up on that roof putting a shingle on or I'm in there putting a stud on. I'm doing my job, which is doing the cleaning up from another job. I just provided him the name. I was going to call my boss. He wouldn't let me do that. There's the list right there. What I do.
Of the homes that we got.
Of all the homes I do.
You and I are the ones talking about
Yeah,
this.
but
I've already explained to you
Hello?
what I'm here for. So if you want to provide me with the contact that is over this construction site and I can verify that you're supposed to be here, then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. But again, if you had all your materials in this building and I was driving by and I ignored somebody going on the property and then the next day some of your stuff goes missing, would you not be upset?
This is where Deputy Sagata understands what I'm saying. He puts his head down. He doesn't look at the other deputy. And he says, "I didn't say that. I did not say that." So he knows the other deputy's wrong, but yet he's afraid to step in and do something about it.
If you're driving by and I'm up on that roof putting a shingle on, would you stop me?
I mean, it all
Would you
depends.
stop me?
It all depends.
It all
On
depends.
what?
If I'm putting a stud in or a raptor in, would you stop me?
Listen, this is
Which garbage? Look at what's on the garbage boxes.
Yeah.
Lighting.
That's all the supplies from another house. You see them?
Yeah,
And
we're
again,
seeing
ma'am.
security
Put,
groups
no,
around.
stop reaching in that car.
These are all parts
You
of
guys
my
wonder why you get
investigation. I want to
harassed.
make sure that you're
We're
supposed
just
to be
doing
here.
our job.
If you're
We
giving
weren't
me a hard
bothering anyone.
time,
Okay.
that makes
No,
you
was
you
down
came
there
in
at
when
that
you
house.
kind of gave me a hard time. You went around.
That's right. I
Several
was doing
times.
something else, which is none of your business.
So
not
that's
a-
none of your business.
Oh, actually, it is. Again, it is a criminal act to be on.
I'm not doing a criminal
construction
act.
site. You're on a construction site, and you're not providing me with identification.
You're saying I'm not allowed to be on this site. is what
No,
you're saying.
I'm
We're trying to
determine
verify.
if you're allowed to be on that site.
Why,
How's that
why
different
would
than
you
understanding?
verify me, but you wouldn't verify a roofer or a bricklayer?
I didn't say that. I did not
If,
say that.
if he doesn't work for this company, Why do we have that paper that he had
Yeah,
with this
every
address?
house in there we're building
You go around
in
the
this
block.
county is right there. I have a dumpster over there on the other side of the highway that's full. I came and brought
Sir,
these over
it
here
had
to
already
put them
been
in this
done. It's on
dumpster.
our way
I don't
to
think there's
provide
anything
you
wrong with that.
information.
He doesn't have to give you his license.
I don't have to do nothing to you.
No, actually,
I'm
don't
starting to
you
get
watch
really mad,
YouTube?
man. You're irritating me.
Well,
And with this situation
could've
going
already
on
been
with the
gone and
police
been on
right
your
now,
way.
I don't like it.
listen, you could have already been on your way.
Lou. Carson? Yeah, I got a problem here. I'm sure.
There's where Deputy Stiff takes his phone, goes away, turns off his body cam for the next 20 minutes. And I try to give the phone to Deputy Scott. He says he can hear everything. He hears what my boss says. I try to go take it to Deputy Stiff, but Deputy Scott stops me and makes me stay. Already holding me against my will, violating my Fourth Amendment rights.
Surrounded by cops right now. They're telling me I'm not allowed to be on this property. I'm taking all the boxes over at Chris's house where the electric's going in at. Remember I told you that the dumpster's full? And the one dumpster I thought was comfortable enough to put them in was the one down here behind Bob's TV. So, but they're harassing me like I'm some.
They're gonna put you under arrest.
Yeah. They're conducting an investigation that I'm not allowed to be on this property. For what? He says, because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you work for the builder. I said, there's no difference in me being on that roof putting a shingle on or laying a block. Here's another officer right here. Sir, would you like to talk to my boss?
Listen, I can hear everything he's saying.
You did? Okay.
But like I said, we're just trying to verify.
Doesn't matter, man.
He's telling him he's taking
You don't need to do that. Right now, to me, you're harassing me. And I want him gone. And I want to see a supervisor. I'm not leaving until I see a supervisor.
Okay.
I pulled up here, I'm breaking down boxes, I put them in the dumpster. All those boxes you can see, microwave, all this plumbing supply, they come from my house.
Okay.
You know, what am I doing? Stealing stuff out of there? No. I'm breaking the boxes down and putting them in there.
Listen, no one said that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He wanted his license or he was taking
My
it to
boss, you
jail.
want to talk to him?
Hey, hold on. Stay over here.
Then don't move, because you're
All right,
gonna
look,
get beat
Carson,
up or
I'm
choked
going
out.
to hang up. All right? I'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.
This is where I told Deputy Scott he could see the phone number that was just called me, and that he can go over to the permit box and get the permit or any inspection papers and see the phone number is the same number. Still refuses to do that.
Now,
Calm down.
if you want to look at the plans in there and the permit, that number I just got called, it's on there. It'll say recent call. It'll show that number on there.
This type of situation needs to stop. They need to be held accountable for. Because if not, what they're doing is seeing that they can get away with it, just go by randomly stop people to make it look like excuse of verifying when all they really want is your name and ID, so they can get an easy arrest if you have a warrant out for a traffic violation or child support or anything. They're just hoping to get that big lottery ticket of getting arrested.
We built all those houses. The house you were just at, we built that house for that lady. No. To me, this has got to stop somewhere. You don't turn around and harass somebody like that.
Now, I'm not allowed to even go inside this van. I'm not even told I'm being detained yet. When Debbie Stiff gets off the phone, he will say his sergeant, his supervisor, Aaron Levy, which he refused to get for me, said that I can be lawfully detained now, which I feel I'm being unlawfully detained and harassed. Deputy Scott stops me from going inside the vehicle to get my cigarette. And a little later, I can't even get my shirt. I have to have him get my shirt too. That should not be allowed.
Just don't talk to him anymore.
It's fucking pissed me off.
What you reaching in? Please.
Just no cigarettes.
Your cigarettes? Where they at? Can I grab them for you?
Yes, sir.
You got a lighter in here?
I got a letter.
Okay.
Can you hand me my water, please?
Where's it at?
It's in
Right?
that bucket.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, seriously, I'm breaking down boxes, putting them in. It's not like I'm trying to steal stuff.
I got you, but we're just trying to verify that.
But we told him that.
You don't need to
I
verify
understand.
it. He's
He
just
wanted his
pulling.
license.
He is pulling
Okay.
his little. With all this shit going on right now in the United States, you ain't gonna pull your powers on me, bro. You won't do it.
6193, units 4 and 6.
I ain't gonna let you.
Careful.
So I spoke with my
Here comes Deputy Stiff saying that he is lawfully detaining me now. And I try to explain to him. I try to give the number and the phone to him, but he doesn't want that. He wants an ID. Now he's going to threaten me, saying his supervisor said to arrest me for obstruction if I don't give him my ID.
my supervisor. I explained to him how I came across this.
I was about
Hold
to
on.
give you the phone of my
Okay,
boss.
hold on.
Can you let him talk?
Listen, I explained to him what's going on. He agrees that you're lawfully detained at this time because I'm conducting a criminal investigation. It is a felony to be on a posted construction site, which we are.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not committing a felony. I just try to prove it to you.
Listen, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm investigating a possibility that that's what's going on. We could have already been out of here if you would have provided me with your ID and
I don't think
contact
that
number.
you're pulling your powers. I get.
No, I'm not.
Sir, you can take this phone number I just now called. It'll say recent call. Hold up, 1 second. You can go in that box right there and get the permit. Same number's right there. I just now called that he just heard me talk to.
Okay, and I'm going to talk on this person and say, hey, it's this guy that won't give me his
It's
name.
the number that's on the permit. It's the builder.
That's very good, but if I don't have your name, how am I going to confirm who I'm here with?
He knows who I am.
Oh, he knows. Okay. Well,
He knows who
again,
I am.
Until I get your identification, you're being lawfully detained. The faster we get through this
I
process.
like to have your supervisor here.
Well, I just talked to him on the phone.
Well,
He said-
that's again.
He
you
said if you're unwilling
I
to
don't
do
know.
that,
I
to
don't
arrest you for obstruction. So I don't want to do that.
you gonna arrest me for obstruction?
So again, I just explained to you what he said on the phone.
Which is I want your supervisor here, please. I don't. How do I know you talked to him? Just like you're telling me. How do I know that was my boss? I want your supervisor here. I'm doing my job, buddy.
Here's where he states, doing your job, you should be telling me your identification, your name, unless that's not part of your job. Then I say, I have a right not to speak to a police officer. His words are, no, no. Basically telling me I don't have a right not to speak to a police officer. I don't have a right to remain silent. He looks over at Deputy Scotta and sees that I think he's aware now that the video is being shown. He knows his audio is off. That's why he said no, no. But I think he realizes there's another video camera being used. But I don't believe he thinks that I was going to get those video cameras, get the body cams, and put all this together.
Okay, then let me verify that.
Jim,
Then.
give me the phone so I can record.
Are you ever gonna verify somebody else putting up shit?
I want my phone.
I am going.
Everything's being recorded.
I'm going to take
No,
you to
not
court.
for you guys. I want to
Okay.
record for myself.
So how is it that I can verify you if you don't give me any information?
10-7.
If you have to take me to jail for doing my job, you go for it. My boss will get me out.
Doing your job, not providing information is not doing your job, unless that's part of your job.
I don't have to have. I have a right not to. I have a right not to speak to a police officer.
No.
Yes, I do.
Sir.
I would like to
When
speak
I'm
to a lawyer
conducting
from here on out.
When I'm conducting, you don't want to speak to anyone? Okay.
Now he's looking over at Deputy Scott and knowing that he's on camera, knowing that the audio is being recorded. Now he's going to ask about the permit, the phone number, and the permit box. Now I'm going to switch briefly to his again to show you what he does. He makes it look like he's going to go over there to get it, but he doesn't. Again, watch.
My boss will get me out. You're gonna have a big problem. You got a real big problem, buddy.
I'm gonna run this by you again.
I want your supervisor here.
Okay, who is the person that's in charge
First
of
of all,
this?
you refuse to get him.
Carson,
I
Oxidine.
asked for 10 times.
Carson, what is it?
Oxidine.
We work.
He can easily pull up Carson Oxidine and see he's the builder on the internet and get that same phone number that I have.
Oxidine?
And I want my paperwork back. That's
You're gonna get
private.
it, don't worry.
Paperwork proving that we work
That's
on
got
it.
certain numbers in there you don't need to
Sat
see.
here to unload the van because the other dumpster was full. We're unloading into the dumpster when he pulled up and said we needed to show ID. He refuses because he doesn't
I am
have to.
filing
It's not
complaint.
his right.
And you said there's a phone number on this sign?
Yes, sir. It's inside. It's on the permit. Every box has one.
So
I need
go
your name, and his name all at once. And I do want a video of this.
Oh, you're getting
Yeah,
it.
you go to the sheriff's office. And
It's all public record.
Gotcha.
Public record, you can.
Now, I'm going to switch the other body cam back over briefly. He still has his audio off. Okay, this is where I tell him I have a right not to speak to a police officer. This is where he says, no, no. His audio is still off. I'm telling him about the permit box. He's going to walk over there. He asked me, is it over there? I said, yeah, inside the box. He walks over there. Doesn't even open up the box. Again, this is all about getting a name and getting an ID for warrant check. It's not for verification. If that was the case, he would have got paperwork out of that permit box. They work with the county. They can take any of those permits and pull up anybody they want on those permits. They can do whatever they need to because they are part of the county government. I keep asking for a supervisor. That's all you had to do is get a supervisor. Now watch. He's going to walk over to the permit box. He asked, is the number over there? I said, yes, it's in the permit box. Every box has one. There he goes. Now watch. Again, this isn't about verification. This is about getting a name, getting an identification to run a warrant check, hoping there's an easy arrest for it. Doesn't even go near the permit box. Did not open the permit box, did not get any paperwork out of the permit box, nothing. Now I'm going to go back to the other body cam again, because again, there's no more sound.
That's got certain numbers in there you don't need to
Sat
see.
here to unload the van because the other dumpster was full. We're unloading into the dumpster when he pulled up and said we needed to show ID. He refuses because he doesn't
I am
have to.
filing
It's not
complaint.
his right.
And you said there's a phone number on this sign?
Yes, sir. It's inside. It's on the permit. Every box has one.
So
I
go
need your name, and his name all at once. And I do want a video of this.
Oh, you're getting
Yeah,
it.
you go to the sheriff's office. And
It's all public record.
Gotcha.
Public record, you can.
I got you.
If he wouldn't have came up with such an attitude, none
You know,
of this would have happened.
Yeah, I know, right?
He came up, GI
Yeah, he
Joe,
came up with a
your
big
license.
power issue. Here's the thing. What hours am I breaking here? I can see like if it was like a store and it's closed down, you know? None. Why won't you pull somebody off a roof? Why won't you pull a bricklayer?
So there's
Well,
no,
I'm his assistant, bro.
Okay, who are you then?
Again, we're gonna go that route. We
To
will.
ask your name, it's a simple question.
And I'm telling you, I don't have to.
I'm trying to give you every opportunity.
You could do it. Like I said, my boss will get me out. I will. You don't believe how much of a problem I'm gonna make this.
And you said it's
And I'm gonna get this video,
Carson.
and I'll put it everywhere.
You could have already been gone.
Yeah, you
You're-
could have
you're
been.
making this a
You
bigger
could have
deal.
been if you didn't use
You're
your
making
power.
this a bigger deal
Now,
than it is.
this little thing going on right in the United States, you're making it worse, my boy.
Okay.
You are really making it worse. Over broken down boxes.
I don't know what you're doing here. You guys were in the dumpster, okay?
Come on, guys.
I was in a dumpster.
What?
You see me have a knife slicing the boxes, putting it in. You watched me. You watched me from down there, and you watched me from right there. So don't tell me that. You knew it. That's why you're not saying nothing.
Are you refusing to provide identification?
You seen him in, he's now saying that you
boss
seen
will
him
get
in
me
the
out.
dumpster.
We'll take care of
He was
this.
outside
Why do you want to go that
of
route?
Because I don't believe you should be pulling your powers like this, especially during the time what's going on right now. Like you.
Drink water?
Yes, sir. When you pull your powers like that, I don't like you.
Drink water?
Yes, sir.
I'm doing my duties, okay? I'm not pulling any power. This is my duty. If I'm driving through an area, there's a construction site, and there's people there that are not actively doing construction work, and there's materials in the back of the car, my job is...
materials?
Listen to me. My job is to determine if you're
Okay,
okay.
you walk up, you see empty boxes.
And I say, hey, are you supposed to be here? You say, yeah. I say, okay, let me get your name. And I call and verify through this address that you're supposed to be here. And I
Sign
go my
emergency
way.
reference to signal 12.
I'm not
All parties are now
You're
pulled
gonna pull your
over.
power. That's power.
Not sure
It's a
if there's
power
going to
issue.
be
I'm trying to
22
give you
or
the
You're not even married, are you?
I'm trying to give you every opportunity not to
Power issue.
Power issue.
Apparently it was the RP is
I told you what I was doing. You seen empty boxes. You see me slice the boxes, put them in there. You didn't see me take nothing out there.
Silver Chrysler.
Ain't no difference just me being on that roof. Nailing it damn nail.
RP was yelling at the driver.
You're gonna come by here every day and on our construction places and ask everybody, are you supposed to be here? Where's your boss? Who gives you the supervisory condition of finding out who?
Give you my ID.
Yeah, no, you're not.
11 Farrington out of
No,
Belgrade,
you're not.
Florida.
All I was
You
doing
could've
is
just
trying,
said, oh,
I'm trying to
okay,
hurry up and get my job over so I can go to fuck. I've been sweating all fucking day, showing investors houses. You see my shirt?
Where's it at?
It's on the screen. On one of the seats.
I think it's in the water bucket. That
The water? I'll grab it. I just don't know what's in here as in
No problem.
for our safety. It's a black button down?
Yeah.
This one?
Relax.
I know what I'm going to spend my time doing.
Just like those guys that were filming these guys out there, and they said,
They don't charge you for those, do they?
Charge us for
Me.
getting a video, as in like your own copy?
Well, I would like to have a copy.
What? I'm not, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know you can't access them. I don't know if there's a fine with it.
probably. That's free. Oh, fuck.
What?
You just said your name. person?
All right, sir.
Big complaint on you. And then they just go on your sheriff or your supervisor.
Okay, now look where he puts his hand on his microphone. He does not turn on his audio. Even though I'm talking, he waits till he says, okay, you're free to go, without even getting my ID.
What's that?
I want to still want to see your supervisor.
Okay, well. All right, sir.
Big complaint on you. And then they just go on your sheriff or your supervisor.
What's that?
I still want to see your supervisor.
Okay, well, you're free to go. Here's your paperwork. You have a nice day.
No. I want your name.
Okay, my name's Deputy Stitt.
Can I get your card? You got a card?
You have a piece of paper there.
You have a card?
No, I don't.
You don't want to give me your card?
I don't have a card.
You have a card?
I don't, but my
Neither
name.
one of y'all have cards?
My name's Deputy Salgado. We're not issued cards.
Really?
Supervisor and above are issued cards.
We need a piece of
I've
paper.
never.
We don't have an actual card with our name and ID on it.
Can you please write your names down, please?
Let me see what I got.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you guys.
just pissed me the fuck off now.
It's because he's on a little power
Wasting my
trip.
fucking time. I'm gonna charge you all for my fucking time. So I'm gonna do.
Could have been done and over in 2 minutes. Do we look like we're thieves?
They were putting it in. Not only that, they're empty, and I was breaking them down.
No, you were
I wasn't just tossing them in.
You were in the dumpster, he said.
Can I get my knife back so I can continue what I was doing?
Like you said, you're free. You wanted our names.
I know,
mean,
but I didn't want you to get, you know.
oh, listen, we're about to get out of here.
I know, but I didn't want you to get, you know.
We watch too much TV on y'all lately.
That's you can't let one person define all of us.
That's why you guys are getting a bad.
Okay.
I don't know about that one, because like I said, I've been through 2 issues with Marion County already,
I got you.
and they were both dropped. And they were all on video.
Well, I'm sorry you had to deal with
That's
that.
one thing I do is I make sure there's a video somehow, somewhere.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. JUBANE, there's our information, names and ID numbers, and you're all set, okay?
Yep.
All right.
You know what?
This is where he gets out of his vehicle. Watch when he puts his hand on his camera. He had every availability to press audio back on, but he waited, did not record my interaction, what I was saying to him. He waited to say, make him look good, to say, okay, well, you're free to go. Have a good night. Have a good day. And then when I asked for his name or a card, he said, you got a piece of paper. It's an ego that conceded in him. He didn't like the fact that I didn't comply with his unlawful demands and that he got his ego taken away from him. Here's his hand on his recorder. Look, see hear me talking? See me talking? He doesn't turn it on until he says,
Okay, well, you're free to go. Here's your paperwork. You have a nice day.
No.
All right.
See, I want your name.
Okay, my name's Deputy Stitt,
Can I get your card?
S-T-I-T-H.
You got a card?
You have a piece of paper there?
You have a card?
No, I don't.
You don't want to give me your card?
I don't have a card.
You have a card?
I don't. But
Neither one of y'all have cards?
my name's Deputy Salgado. We're not issued cards.
Really?
Supervisor and above are issued cards.
I've never
We don't
heard
have
of
an
that.
actual card with our name and ID on it.
Can you please write your names down, please?
Let me see what I got.
he clearly could have and should have turned that audio back on while I was speaking to ask again for a supervisor. That right there shows you his intentions were not to show the interaction audio part of it until he was ready to say his part and walk away. That's a clear obstruction of transparency. He knew he had to turn it on. That's why his hand was up there on his camera. But he didn't do it until he was ready to say something.
Hey. Hold on. All right, sit. All right.
So he essentially knew that he had his audio off. He knew when he wanted to turn it back on. Because he could clearly turn it on right now. He could clearly turn it on when he had his hand on the camera, ready to turn it on. But he didn't. Until he was done hearing me talk and only wanted to show his part.
All right, Mr. JUBANE, there's our information, names with ID numbers, and you're all set, okay?
Yep.
All right. Mr. JUBANE, Ms. Falk, have a good night.
I appreciate the way you just handled that whole thing. How long you been on the force, bud? Sir? Don't want to tell me. Here?
Now I walk over asking who his supervisor is at the time. I didn't realize I asked him this until recently, because I was trying to get the name from their attorney, which he kept trying to divert me from that and delay me getting it through the emails. Their county attorney, Timothy McCourt. Matter of fact, his emails, if you read any of his responses back to me, you see how he either played me or he just started reading his emails, because the responses he gives back is actually on the borderline of being duh.
Aaron Levy.
Sorry?
Sergeant Aaron Levy.
Now he's writing his false report, saying that he saw us digging in the dumpster. We were throwing away boxes into it. I was cutting down with a utility knife. He did not ever see us in the dumpster. He's also saying on the report that I refused to show my ID, where I did try to show it to him one time. Now the Florida law states, or the Florida Attorney General clarified, even if we were digging in the dumpster, the act of itself of digging in the dumpster diving is what they called it, the Attorney General said that is not against the law. But we weren't doing that. This is what these deputies do. They falsify their reports. Trust me, I know this for a fact. I can show you reports where they have, not only just this one, where they have lied in their reports.